Yo, what's good everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today they actually dropped 8 new cards, which looks like it's from the original artwork collection. I think that's what AC means. Now they've already revealed a couple, so one of them being like the Blue Eyes, and then the Dark Magician. So I have went over Dark Paladin, but I never actually reacted to this one, but I have read this card. The other 8 I have not read yet. So I thought, you know what, how about we start off with this one, and then like we'll move on to the other 8s and see like how good they are. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, we're not gonna read that one. Level 12 Light Dragon Fusion. Okay, so this is just Blue Eyes Ultimate stats, and then the requirement for this is 3 Blue Eyes monsters. And then it has this effect, you can only use this card's effect twice per turn. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, and also unaffected by your opponent's activated card effects during their turn. So during your turn it will be affected, and then can make a second and third attack during each battle phase. Then once per chain during the battle phase, quick effect, you can target one monster special sound this turn, or one face down card they control, destroy it. This is thrice per turn, so you can use that 3 times. Is this card good? That's the main question. Answer is no. That's a short answer. If you want like a longer answer, it can be good sometimes to OTK your opponent. Now, does Blue Eyes need this to OTK? I would say no. They already have like the Ancient Fairy, which can help like OTK. They can spam like Blue Eyes monsters. Like, I don't think this card is super necessary, but it's like an extra cool card. The artwork looks very good, but the effect itself is just like, it's a, you know, it's a maybe filler card or something, I don't know. It's just for fun, is what I would say about this card. Now this does not buff the deck at all. It doesn't make anything different, like easier to summon Dragon Magia or anything. But you can summon this off Dragon Magia, I think. So if we read this, there's no restriction that says must be fusion summoned. So when Magia is destroyed, it can actually cheat it out, I believe. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster or 1 Chaos or Lost Soldier Ritual from extra deck or grade. So this is an extra deck monster and it's a Blue Eyes monster. So yeah, and another thing is that the Neo Blue Eyes can also, like when you target this, it can actually also trigger, but usually Neo Blue Eyes will not be relevant because this cannot be destroyed by card effects. But if it's your turn instead of their turn and they want to destroy it and they target it, you can use Neo Blue Eyes. But yeah, aside from this, I think this card is just like whatever. It's not really that great. And then the other card was just the Dark Paladin, which we've already went through. I think Dark Paladin is also okay. It has like its uses sometimes, but it's not like a must-play card. Maybe in Dark Magician you can definitely play it, and in Dark Magician, like that card, the Dark Paladin is way better than this in Blue Eyes. Okay, now let's hop straight into these cards. Konami has just revealed 8 new cards based on the original. Yeah, this is the artwork collection. Now again, I have not looked at these cards. So let's see, this looks like Barrel Dragon, no? Oh, it is actually Barrel Dragon, the Machine Dragon. So initially, before we read this new card, this was a coin flip card, I think. Yeah. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, toss a coin 3 times, and destroy it if at least 2 of the results are less. No, results are heads. I don't think this card will be good if it's a coin flip effect. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, it needs a real effect, not just some stupid coin flip, okay? It will probably just be slapped into Joey's deck, right? Level 7 Dark Machine. 2600 attack, 2200 defense. You can only use this card's second and third effect once per turn. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Okay, this is whatever. It's not once per turn they can use this, but it doesn't make a difference. During your main phase, you can add 1 Dark Machine monster from your deck to your... Ooh, that is nasty. Okay, that's actually pretty decent for decks that can play Dark Machines. So if we go Dark Machines here, who is abusing Dark Machines? Now there's no restriction for this, like it doesn't lock you into anything. And then the other thing is, oh my god, this is Orchid support. and the cool thing is like this right here, right? You can just normal summon without attributing, so it's basically a level 1 to 4. You can get the power patrons as well, because they're dark machines. You can get, like, I guess, not Raisin, the burger. What else can we get from this? We can go, like, maybe Gimmick Puppets. Yep, you can play it with Gimmick Puppets because of these. Cyber Dragons, Gizmek. Okay, this is whatever. Okay, I mean, for some decks, this card's actually kind of nasty. Especially Orcus is what I'm thinking. I guess maybe you can also play it with, like, the these cards. I don't think that deck is good with, like, the Metal Zoa cards, but you can play it if you play Rogue. And then the rest, I think, are just, like, old monsters, so they're not really relevant. But okay, damn. You can play with Orcus, you can play with perhaps even, like, the RBs, maybe. And Cyber Dragons. Okay, solid support for Orcus, I would say. And then a way to get to this, I don't think you need to do this, unless the third effect is actually very good that you want to play it in the deck. But okay. Doing the back phase, if this card's in your grave because it was sent there from the field this turn. Okay, quick effect, you can special summon, and if you do toss... if you do toss a coin 3 times, then you can destroy monsters on the... Okay, that's how you make a coin flip effect better. You toss it 3 times, and then however many times you get heads, you're gonna destroy monsters. This is better than, like, oh, you need to land the coin flip and call it right, okay? This just means that, you need to get this, like, heads 3 times if you want to pop 3 monsters. But even if you don't, and you only get it once, you still get to pop a monster. So you still plus from this, right? Honestly, solid card. Maybe in the future it will have more use as to, like, what's going to be searching. But I think for the game, in the long term, I think this card is very good in the long term. And yeah, solid card. Relinquished the Wicked. Oh my god, look at that, guys. This looks insane. I feel like this card will be broken. Let's see. Relinquished of the Wicked Eye of Illusion. 0 attack, 0 defense, level 1 Dark Illusion. So you can... Also, Ritual Monster. I don't know why I thought it was a fusion for some reason. Yeah, of course it's a Ritual. You can Ritual summon this card with Relinquish the... Really? This is a new card, right? I don't remember this being a thing. You know what? I have to check, just in case this is actually an old card. Yeah, there's just nothing that's called Relinquished the Wicked Eye of Illusion. If we go Relinquished, maybe, like, there will be something? Nope. Okay, this card just does not exist, I guess. You can tribute 2 monsters, special summon this card from your hand. This is... Oh my god. What the fuck? Wait. So, this is, like, you can play this with Mitsurugi? You just tribute the Mitsurugis and then you ritual summon this? Okay, so this is just, like, whatever. Who cares about this, I guess? They've never given us a card this easy to ritual summon and, like, super insane, right? In, like, the sense that the summoning condition is insane. Because some decks can actually plus off of this, mainly Mitsurugi, right? Okay, dang. Let's see the other effects. Your opponent takes any damage you would have taken from battles involving this card, whatever. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Negate its effects, and if you do, equip it with this card as an equip swap. Wait, who's equipping who? And if you do, equip it to this card. Oh, okay. So you're equipping the opponent's monster to this card. So, would you play this realistically in, like, a deck? I would say in Mitsurugi you can definitely play it. But would I play it in other decks? I don't know. Do you really want to tribute 2 monsters and get no value off that? Maybe in Chaos you can, because you contribute, like, Archfiend and whatever. But, like, it's not really doing that much, right? You just target effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect, and it's a quick effect. Like, it's a Imperm, basically. I don't think this card is that great. Unless there's something crazy that I'm missing here. There are once per turn, yes. Yeah. I mean, again, like, it's just, like, for fun. I don't think this card is gonna be insane. Yeah, alright, cool. What? Oh, is that legendary? Oh, it's Gilford, never mind. This is Joey's card, right? So maybe it will be Joey supports. Let's see. Gilford the Lightning, the Warrior of Thunderbolts. He looks guys, he looks angry. Look at that. God damn. He's about to kill somebody. Level 8 Light Warrior, 2800 attack, 1400 defense. You can only use this card's this card's name's third effect once per turn. You can special summon this card by triggering 3 monsters. What? Really? Tribute 3 monsters for this? I mean, it's a special summon at least. It's not a normal summon, but 3 monsters. Really? Does it have to be insane for me to summon this? Your opponent can activate card's effects when summoned this way by attributing... What the fuck? Wait, this is Fear Mode? Your opponent cannot activate cards or effect when summoned this way, but... Oh, I see. This does not say your monsters. It just says, like, tributing 3 monsters. Usually, this just means your monsters, right? You should, like, know it's only your monsters. But because this... It says, when summoned this way by tributing a monsters they own, this means they can actually tribute, it can tribute their opponent's monsters. So this has Fear Mode. Holy shit, this actually makes this a lot better. This went from being, oh shit, that's too many monsters, to, oh shit, that's insane. Okay, nice. I actually like this. Because in the meta we're headed towards, there's a lot of unaffected cards. And people are going to be spamming a lot of monsters, so you just go Gilford, tribute all of them, and you're like, okay, anyways. Continue playing, right? So let's see if he has other, like, powerful effects. I think this effect on its own, like, would be enough for me to play it. In some, like, a side deck, at least. But, let's see. If this card is special summoned by its first effect, your opponent sends all monsters they can... What? Sorry, what? I mean, he's probably not gonna have any more monsters if he tributed 3, but, like... This says tribute 3 monsters. It doesn't say it has to be opponent's monster. It doesn't say it has to be your own. So you can tribute your own monsters like with Mitsurugi. And this is a level 8 monster. So you can use it with Mitsurugi to like further exceed or whatever after. And I mentioned Mitsurugi because like all of these are just like Mitsurugi, right? They're just kind of buffing Mitsurugi. But you can play this in other decks, obviously. This is kind of nasty, and the fact that it has this means like if your opponent has something that says, what do you call it? Oh, actually, wait, because this has an effect that triggers on summon, and it has this effect. This means when you use this effect, the opponent cannot respond to this. That's quite insane, honestly. And the fact that this sends all monsters they control to the grave instead of destroy is very relevant because this is a Zeus effect. So not only is it Zeusing all their monsters, you're tributing their monsters as well. So if they have a full board, they're fucked. Yeah, wow. Honestly, like, this looks like a very good going second card. Yeah. Third effect, this is the only thing... Wait, you can only use this card's... This is not once per turn. And this is not once per turn. So you can just revive this from grave. There's no restriction that says you must first special summon this from hand, so you can just like cheat that from the graveyard as well. And it's a light monster, so I can dump this with Granganol, and then go Fallen the Virtuous, revive it to trigger its effect to do this. That's insane. Okay, now that's quite insane. We're getting into like crazy territory here. If this card's sent to the grave, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this card. Wow. Okay, that is definitely something. This card's insane. Hold on. If we go, actually, not like this. If we go Warrior, let's see, like, is there any good cards to have in your hand in the end phase? Warrior, oh my god. You just add this in the end phase, really? Okay, and to considering this, because like if you go Granganol with like the Albaz line and Chaos, and you dump this to the graveyard, you're gonna get this effect in the end phase, right? And then you get to add Luster, which means on your turn, you don't have to add Luster Soldier. You can add something else, like Celtic Sage, and you get much more value off this. Then, this is a level 8, so what that means is, you can just revive it back with Fallen the Virtuous, and then spin it back to the hand with Mind Shuffle, so you have this live for your following turn. And then also, when it revives with Fallen the Virtuous, you trigger this effect. Oh, never mind, I'm an idiot. This has burst effect, so you have to summon it with this to trigger this effect. Okay, thank God, this actually makes it slightly weaker, but I think this card's still very good. Like, you dump this, and then you gain this effect, right? That's so powerful. You just get to add this. I guess you can also, like, add Cool Tune Mix. If you want to play with Cool Tune. Add Izuna to the hand? Oh my god. Yo, add Celtic Sage. What else is good? Raisin is good in the hand sometimes. Tearlaments? Sure, yeah. Okay, this card is quite nasty, honestly. I definitely want to try this card out. I think this card has so much value. There's definitely going to be ways to utilize this card very efficiently. Yeah, wow, this looks very good. And the fact is that this is during that end phase, not your end phase. So if you manage to actually dump this to the grave on the opponent's turn, you just like get to add a starter for free with this, right? And some other decks. Now, is there a way to dump this on turn 0? I'm not sure. I would have to like look for cards, because it can also be like a hero starter. Oh, it can add this card. I don't think this card's good, but it's kind of funny that it can add it. Oh my god, it can add Gallant Thief. Wow, okay. You can like set this up for the opponent's turn. Yeah, this card is very nasty. There's lots. Look at this. Like, there's 890 cards you can add off this. Very insane card. I think out of all the cards that we've gotten, Dark Paladin, Blue Eyes, these, until now, this is the best one by far. This is a very powerful card. Wow. Alright, solid monster. Okay. Penalty game? Greed the Illusion of Avarice. Okay. What does this do? You can only activate one. This is a normal trap, by the way. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If your opponent added a card from the deck to the hand this turn, except during the draw phase, inflict 400 damage to them for each card in their hand. Then if the total number of cards in their hand, field, and grave is 20 or more, you could... Really? I mean, when... Okay, realistically, when would you want to use this? In a trap deck, right? So, if you are able to set this up on turn 0, which... Can Lab do this on turn 0? I don't know, maybe. But let's not think about turn 0. Let's say you go first, okay? How good would this card realistically be to banish their entire hand? And would they be able to out this card before you are able to use it, is the question. First of all, it's inflicting a lot of damage. Second of all, they need to have 20 cards in rotation. And in rotation means like hand, field, and grave, right? This does not include banishment. Only then can you banish their entire hand. This is... I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know what the answer to this is. I don't know if this is good or not. We're gonna have to like see people use it to see if it's good, but I cannot tell just by this effect how good this card will be. Like, I can tell you 20 is too much. I'll probably out their board by then. But maybe it's not too much because they have 5 sets, right? And I have to play through all of them. And by that time, boom, I have 20 cards in rotation. And then I might lose. Now with Chaos, that's probably not gonna happen. I'm gonna destroy the entire board, but I'm thinking about like other decks, right? Okay, so this card is just a question mark, honestly. I'm not sure how good this will be. Maybe if it was activatable from hand, that would have been insane. Because then you can use it on turn 0, right? Zombyra. Oh, okay. Zombyra is like the, it's like the guy who was like 2100 and then he loses 200, I think. Oh, Zombyra, I guess, sure. The one who loses 21, he has 2100, yep, and then he loses 200 every time he destroys a monster by battle. This is a very old card. I guess they're making like a retrain, which kind of looks cool. It just looks like an alien or fiend of some sort. Okay. Level 4 Dark Warrior. Let's see what it does. When this card declares an attack, you lose 500 LP, and if you do this card, it gains 500 attack. Whatever. When a monster is destroyed by battle, you can equip this card from your grave to the monster that was destroyed, then you can destroy the one monster your opponent controls with the highest attack. Just like a Farah effect, except it's much weaker. The equipped monster's name becomes Zombyra, also its effects are negated when the equipped monster declares an attack. This card's ass. Let's just move on. It's not played. Evil Dragon cards, Earth Dragon. Is this a new archetype? What is this? Evil Dragon cards. Level 4 Earth Dragon cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by revealing 3 Earth monsters in the hand, including this card. Okay. You can reveal this card in your hand, add 1 dragon card. Okay. You let's be careful, this is not dragon card, this is dragon card, if that makes sense. This is an archetype on its own. I don't think we have any cards called dragon card. This is a new archetype. Okay, and they haven't revealed like what this is. From your deck to your hand, and then you can discard 1 card. Okay. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you can negate that effect, then from water monsters on the field, this card cannot be destroyed by battle, or card effects this turn. Okay, is that like synergy because like earth and water, or what? Revealing 3 earth monsters. Okay, this archetype looks interesting. You're basically revealing stuff, and probably earth stuff, and then maybe you have like a water monster. And this is their starter, I would think. Okay, I don't really know anything about the archetype. They haven't revealed anything. It probably won't until later, but yeah, we'll just keep that in mind for the future. Oh, never mind. Evil Dragon card, number 2. Metal Dragon. Level 5. This is a light, actually, not an earth. So how are you revealing 3 earth monsters? Alright, cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned by revealing 3 light. How are you... okay, I'm not gonna bother until I read all the cards, if possible. Including this card, and then you can reveal, add 1 dragon card from deck. Okay, they all do this effects, so they're all adders. Okay, again, another deck that loses to Droll and Lockbird. We're printing a lot of decks that lose to Droll, which is interesting because, like, Droll is, like, still at 2, I think. I think it's at 1, actually, in the OCG, but they will have to ban it eventually, right? During the main phase, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls, and if you do, send this card to the grave. Then if an earth monster is on the field, you can draw 1 card. Okay. The effects are interesting. This is a quick effect, though. And this is also a quick effect. Unlike some of the other newer cards we've seen, where they're just like spell speed 1 effects, which are super slow, these are actually quick effects. So, okay, that's not bad. But we have to see what the other cards are doing. Yeah, it's a level 5 light dragon. Super critical, and that's the final card. Oh, is this gonna be... Okay. Before we read this card, because I see like these, I have said like for Beyond the Brave, the Joey deck most likely will get like towards the end. In Beyond the Brave, like a card that's gonna be like a spell card, where every time you roll something, you get to choose what you roll. So if I roll a 3, I can like choose to make this a 5 instead. And then apply that effect, right? And this will help to make the Joey cards better. So maybe this is that card, because they actually didn't give us that in Beyond the Brave, which is really weird, because the Joey deck was just not really usable probably on its own as a pure deck, right? You have to splash some of the cards in other archetypes to make them good, especially Dark Time Wizard and the Trap. So it was a lot of wasted potential. So maybe this is the card that they needed, which is what I described, but let's see. Super critical continuous spell card. When this card resolves, you can add 1 card with an effect that requires a die. Okay. Alright, now we're talking. Okay. So, let's see here. If you look at Dark Time Wizard, actually requires a coin flip. Where is it? Dark Time Wizard, this one. Add 1 card that mentions the second one. Toss a coin and call it. So, because it's tossing a coin, you actually can't add it off of this. Yep. But what you can do is you can add 1 of these. You can add this because this is a die roll. And then there's, I think, 1 more. It's this one. This one's also a die roll. Actually, wait. This is a coin toss. Never mind. Which one is die roll? I know this one was a die roll. Yep. And then there was 1 more. not this one. Let's go die and then roll. Oh, never mind. Let's do this. Let's see who's requiring a die roll here. I guess the new Zork, which is just like not really the greatest card to be honest. Okay, unfortunately there's actually not many like die roll cards at the moment. I guess Snipe Hunter if you want to play that, but yeah, I mean but it's still like a fun card to have because this will be a staple in any die roll deck if it ever becomes a thing in the future. Second fact, once per player, once per chain per player, if either player rolls a 1 from a card effects roll, then activate these effects. They destroy up to 3 monsters their opponent controls. They destroy 1 monster your opponent controls, and if they do, they negate the effects of 1 monster their opponent controls. Especially okay, this is actually kind of interesting. This effect or this like card, because it's once per chain and also per player, but it doesn't matter per player because the opponent is probably not going to be playing like die roll cards. So it's only going to be you most likely, and then you can destroy cards they control, and then you can also possibly negate. And or special summon from grave. The only thing is this says if either player rolls a 1 from a card effects die roll. How likely are you rolling a 1 to enable this effect? So this effect is tied to the fact that you have to roll a 1. Otherwise this is dead. So I don't know, I think this is not really that great, unless you're rolling every 2 seconds. Like, every time an opponent activates a card effect, roll a die, or some shit, right? That will make it, like, more likely for you to hit a 1, but overall, I don't think this will be that great of an effect, to be honest. But it can be, like, an extra effect, because this card's already good because of this. Right? It's already adding anything in the game that's going to be a die roll. So, okay. Maybe in the future this will become a relevant card. When we have like better cards to search with this and like a proper archetype for this. But yeah. Who expected Last Warrior support in Big 26? Maybe they're saying it's just coming. Who's Last Warrior? I don't know. But okay, so basically from these cards, we basically know that now that we have like I guess a new archetype. This for the future, and then we have this, which I have no idea how good this will be, and we have this insane card right here. So yeah, I think the highlight of all of this is just the Gilford. Gilford is like quite insane. I definitely want to try this out. I'm still like attempting to like test out the new archetypes. They've been giving us a lot of stuff. Like we got Xenovaders, and then boom, we got like the Raised Moon cards, and now 8 new cards. So I don't even have a chance to actually like try these cards out. They're just pumping out more cards. And I do want to try out like all of them. I think Raised Moon will be like super insane. This deck is like on paper looks really ridiculous. Maybe when I try it out, it will not be as good as I think. But on paper, for me personally, I think it looks like tier 1. But yeah, again, like on paper and actually testing out the deck is different, so we'll have to see. I think this deck is ass on paper, and we'll see how good it will be as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this card and like what's cool stuff you can search off this, because just like briefly looking here, like the fucking Izuna and like the Lost Soldier, like this actually makes this card so good. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.